All right, so in this video, we got Cliff's son talking to George about the problem with reading Bible verses and then running with it. Like, they read one verse and then go debate, go, with their lives, and don't know the full context or the full passage, bro. And we're going to get into it, and I'm going to give you my thoughts and my personal reasonings with it after we watch. But if you guys like the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let's get into it.
Right, he's the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. One passage, George, that you may really like, I was teaching it to a group of men right out here, and it was Matthew 7, and at one point it says, unless your righteousness outdoes that of the Pharisees, you will not go to heaven. Two guys literally stood up and walked out the door. Yeah.
Could you repeat that?
Yeah.
If your righteousness...
Unless your righteousness outdoes that of the Pharisees, you will not be saved. And
could you break that down for somebody who has no idea what that means?
Exactly. So the Pharisees were known to tithe a lot of money.
Yeah.
The Pharisees were known to keep the letter of the law better than anybody else. So they were known to be the purest form of people. So you would say, no porn, no alcohol, they're going to heaven, of course.
Yeah.
But then on the inside of the cup, Jesus says, your father's the devil. He says that. One time I said that to my brother, and I don't know why my dad was kind of offended by that. All right, that was a weak joke right there. That was a dad joke, all right?
I was like,
I heard what you said. I just was like, what did your bro do, dude? Like,
yeah, I thought you asked.
What did your bro do, bro?
So anyway, these guys stand up, literally walk out. I'm like, guys, that's a little much. Can we just finish this meeting together? And they said, no, that's absurd. Our righteousness is not going to outdo that of the Pharisees. The Pharisees were known. They didn't even know their Bibles, but they knew the Pharisees, that they were the top dogs ethically. And I kind of chased him, and I said, hold on here. You got to read the next verses, because that's always what people make the mistake of. They see one verse, never read a Bible verse. That's one of my favorite sayings. Never read a Bible verse, because you have to read multiple and in context, or you're going to get screwed up.
You have any idea how dangerous that is? People will be like, I could do all things that Christ who strengthens me, so I'm going to just go and kill it in the Bitcoin industry. I'm like, what are you talking about, bro? That has nothing to do with what he's talking about. So it's very, very dangerous to read one thing and then just run with it. Which, by the way, we want to do that, right? We want that fortune cookie, we're good. Here's. Right. But okay, so please continue. What were you going to?
Sure. So
basically, what that comes to is there'll be times like a good example, I'll be with a friend, her name is Jang, and she'll debate, and there was this one girl that came into her stream and was talking about it was a verse out of I forgot what verse it was from, but it was talking about, and I'm paraphrasing, but it was saying about how there was two I forgot what they said. I think it said it was two young boys that came mocking a prophet. They got mauled by a bear, or got mauled by bears or something, and cut into 42 pieces. She just came with the argument why would God let two young children get murdered, this, and that? And she just came with that one verse, bro. And we literally had to go in and read the whole passage, had to study it, and then figure out the true meaning behind it. And the true meaning was that it wasn't two young boys, it was a mob full of young men, because the Bible's translated into English, but in the Hebrew language, it was it means different things, and you can break down certain verses and passages. So it's important to not only just read more than just the verse. It's important to study it, because it has more than what the English meaning is saying. But yeah, it was saying that it was a mob full of people, of young men, coming in, mocking this prophet, and it's he prayed to God about them mocking him. But in reality, if you envision it, and I remember it was a dude in my friend's stream that was clearing this up even more. There was a mob full of young men mocking this prophet, and the prophet prayed to God, and God came and saved the prophet, because if it's a mob full of people, it could have easily turned into violence, or the prophet could have lost his life, and for God to send a bear to take care of that, to handle that, God is all knowing. It probably was something in that line that you know, something could happen to that prophet. So it's just you know, people will just come with verses and debate all the time. That's just an example. But, you know, and what George said, like, there's certain, or not even what George said, what Cliff's son said about talking about if you're not more righteous than the Pharisees, you're not getting into heaven. That's just saying, like, you know, they were perfect about the law and they just did not cut it. So basically saying you're not going to live up to that. And, like, some people, you can look at that verse and then just be, you know, clocked out of Christianity. But it's like, you can't just take one verse and then run with it, bro. That's like, you just got to read, bro. You got to read it. But yeah, bro, let me know y'all's thoughts. Let me know if any of y'all debate and anybody's hit you with like one verse and you had to go back, study and explain and read a passage, or anybody that's like, you know, new to the Bible, new to Jesus, and just like, you know, that's heard things in the Bible but's not really sure. You know, drop comments of things that you've seen that you're not sure about. You know, I've went back and studied a lot. I might be able to answer, or I might be able to point you to the answer. You know, point you to where you need to look. But yeah, let me know. And yeah, if you guys like the content, man, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.
Yeah, okay. Everything fine in the